Hey everyone, hope everyone's well and had a great weekend. What's been happening? So the weekend was pretty boring, pretty drab. Bitcoin, Ethereum was floating, not really doing anything until yesterday, and boom, we started to see a bit of a pump late last night. I think I was watching it last night around about 9 o'clock-ish, and we started to see a pump. Now, I've woke up this morning to a lot of sort of pre-orientated FOMO, to a lot of, like, in my opinion, premature excitement. Now, it's always good to see Bitcoin pump and Ethereum pump, and it was a big pump if you got in, if you were trading and you got in early, it was really good. It's seen the altcoins have a bit of a gain. But as this video suggests, I say wait to buy Bitcoin. Now, you're probably thinking, is this guy mad? Is he new to the market and seeing Bitcoin's pumping? Why would we wait to buy? We're going to miss the boat. We're going to miss a chance. Now, I'm just going to go into briefly why I think you should wait. There's one reason is I still feel that Bitcoin's being manipulated by the whales, and this could be a sort of like a bull trap to get you FOMOing in to buy more. Then we could see another rejection. And also, a bit more sustainable is the charts. We're going to look at the charts and we're going to see that Bitcoin is still in a downtrend. Now, let me just briefly tell you about why I think the whales are manipulating it. Now, they are trying to shake out the newbies. They're trying to shake out the weak hands. If you think about it, we had the big hype, everything was pumping. You know, you've got the memes, the songs, we've got to pump it up and all that waffle. Everyone's pumping money into memes like Dogecoin, saying, you know, we're going to be the next crypto millionaire, and you know, the euphoria. And this is exactly what the whales wanted, right? They pumped it all the way up. It hit a new all-time high. Bitcoin's pumping up to around the $64,000 mark, and then boom, it started dumping. It was falling like an avalanche. Now, we'll show you some of the charts here, why we feel that there's still a bit more of the uncertainty around this, is because, as you can see, this is the euphoria stage. We're pumping up all the way here. As always that I've seen in this market, we hit the all-time highs and then we all sort of almost immediately start onto a correction. Now, as you can see, we had this massive dump here. Now, who's going to benefit from a dump? It's not us. It's not the retail guys, because we're bullish, right? We're in a bull market. We're pumping. We're excited. We're ecstatic. We want to go through the roof. So when the whales, who hold a lot of the Bitcoin, a lot of the Ethereum, they can manipulate, right? So they want to dump it. So they drove the price all the way down. Now, I'll try and zoom out a little bit on this chart here. So, or move it across. I don't think, but what you can see here, they drove it all the way down to, on here, it was like, went really low to like almost 40, what we're looking at here, almost $43,000. So how do we get 20,000 in a stable, in a Bitcoin that we say is going to be the next generation? It's stable. We've got all the money pumping into it. How then does a coin lose $20,000 off its value in the space of weeks if it's not being manipulated? Now, although we're new into crypto market, although we're new into investing, we're not stupid. We're not silly people. We know obviously there's a bit of manipulation there. The whales want to shake out the weak hands, so when they get to the bottom, they can accumulate more, and then they'll drive the price all the way up again, making even more money. So why does that? So where does that leave us? So that leaves us in, we need to follow this kind of trend. Now, we understand, well, I understand that, you know, there is people that have brought into Bitcoin and into other altcoins around these areas here, because obviously we had good support here. Then we had like support, we had a bit of resistance, we're breaking out, we was steady. We've all sort of brought in a bit higher, or if not a lot higher than what we are now, but this is what they're relying on, in my opinion. It's not financial advice. It's not proven. I'm just literally looking at the charts. I'm looking at how a coin can go from $64,000 to $43,000 in a short period of time if it's not being manipulated. because yeah, you can see there's a bit of a news about Biden's going to tax this and stuff, but that doesn't manipulate the market as much as it does. What manipulates it is people selling. Not enough people buying and more people selling, but it's the vast amount selling. So that's going to dip if one big holder or whale sells his coins. So where does this leave us? I still think, in fact, I'm pretty strong that Bitcoin's got a long way upside. We're still in the midst of a bull run. Bitcoin's got a long upside, but why do I say wait buy? Because I still think it's too low. If you have a look at where it is now, even after the pump, we're still down in the 53,000 mark. Now, I would not be confident that Bitcoin's out of this downtrend. As you can see here, we're on the 4-hourly candle. We're still on this downtrend here. We've got the 144 and moving average here. We're in this down little trend here. Until we close a 4-hour candle around about these kind of Bitcoin dip levels, which has been a strong kind of support and resistance area all throughout, like all throughout here. You see the Bitcoin dip here, you see all along here, it's been a nice little sort of supporting area, and this is around about the 58,000 mark, 58,000, 58,500. If we close a 4-hour candle above that, then I think I will turn really bullish and think, okay, now it's Bitcoin's time. Ethereum will follow, altcoins will follow, which I'll show you some altcoins that I'm doing that follow exactly the same as Bitcoin do. They dumped when Bitcoin dumped, and they pump when Bitcoin pumps. So this is why I still think this could be a sort of like a bull trap, or it could be sort of like, I wouldn't say a fake out because it's quite a big game, but I still think we need to err caution. Let's not go foaming in and thinking this is it. Like, I've seen a lot of YouTube. I woke up this morning the same as you, seen the same YouTube stuff, seen the same stuff on the news. Bitcoin's turned the corner, Bitcoin's flying up here, but let's just imagine we just want to be factual. We don't want to kid ourselves. We don't want to FOMO the hype. I'm not here to, yeah, it's good to FOMO the hype so people buy in, so it pumps the market and we take away all the scare tactics and monger. But we want to be honest with each other, right? I want to be honest with my viewers. Viewers want to be honest with themselves and think, you know, this is my real money at stake here. I don't want to like kid myself into doing anything. I don't want to pretend it's pumping if it's not. And we're still in a downtrend. So once we pass this line and we start getting up and even break a 4-hour candle above, say, the 58,000, let's be conservative, 57,500-ish, then we can turn bullish on Bitcoin. But until then, it could easily drop back down to these levels because we're a lot closer to here than we are to here. So all I'm saying is, it's not financial advice. I'm not telling anyone what to do. I'm just saying what I'm doing. I'm in what's called a caution zone at the moment. I still think Bitcoin's relatively cheap. I still think the altcoins are relatively cheap. If you've still got a bit of spare income, I think it's probably important just to see what's going to happen, because if it gets rejected and this is what I'm thinking, if it gets rejected around any of these levels, maybe here or here, I still think Bitcoin could dump all the way back down to the 40,000 mark. Not 40,000, but in the 40,000 regions, maybe down to 40,600, 40,700. So yes, it is a bit of risk to say, okay, but what if it don't? What if I get it wrong? And I could get it wrong, and Bitcoin then breaks off and starts shooting all up here, and I've missed it. But you've not. You see, we're in the mid zone. We're in the mid zone to see it's like it's risk to reward. You want to put your risk at the minimal you can. So it's better to wait and think, oh, I'm only going to miss this part, and then if it closes a 4-hour candle here, we can then think we're shooting off to the moon, than it is just to wait, buy in here, have it drop, get rejected, drop a little bit more, and psychology dictates and things dictate that if you miss out on something you've not invested in, it's sad, it's bad. We're thinking, oh, I've missed that. But if you're underwater in something you have invested in and your portfolio is just bleeding out, it's just a sea of red, you're more likely to FOMO out of selling things. You're more likely to think, oh, crypto ain't for me. What am I going to do? So that's why I'm saying that there's a lot of hype at the moment. There's a lot of FUD. The whales are manipulating it really, really bad, in my opinion, at this moment in time. So we're just in that holding area where we want to see a bit more of a pump from Bitcoin and Ethereum before we get to the stage where we're going to start chucking more of our hard-earned cash in, or we're going to start thinking we're starting to come out of this little bit of a dump storm now, and we're starting to sort of fuel the jets to shoot off to the moon. Now, obviously, you do you and I do me, and a lot of people look at this and you want to be told good things, and I want to be telling good things. I want to be doing good things, but we also don't want to be getting wrecked. This is your hard-earned money that you're invested in here, and we don't want people that are already super rich. It's people that show you I've got millions of dollars and stuff like that. And why do we want to get them more rich? A lot of us are doing this to boost our retirement funds, to boost our family income. A lot of us are doing this because we really need the money. We don't need the money to have status, to say look how much stuff we can buy. We rely on it as a day-to-day kind of living kind of thing. So we don't want to lose it, and we don't want it taken away from us by people that don't, in my opinion, probably need it as much as we do. So all I'm saying is we need to err a bit of caution at the moment. Bitcoin has had I think it's 8-9% pump, but we're still not out of the woods yet. We're still in a downtrend, in my opinion, until we break a 4-hour candle above 58,000. Now, where does this leave us for the altcoins? Now, I'm going to show you an altcoin that I invest in that's gone up since Bitcoin pumped. It's gone up 20%, because you'll see, you see the resemblance here of how much this coin follows Bitcoin. And we're talking about Velocity Token, VRA. Now, this coin I got invested in way back in the beginning of January, so it's been really good. But if you have a look at the way this coin's been performing, this was where I accumulated more back here, and it was following up. It was hitting sort of pretty similar to Bitcoin at the times, and then we dumped all the way back down here. I accumulated more, and you see it's still in a downtrend. Now I'm going to quickly flick back to Bitcoin's chart, and you'll see so many similarities. Ready? Look at that. Even down to the high, to the W pattern. Do you know, it's like, so this, the reason I'm showing you this is, if you want to invest in altcoins and you don't want to try and manage it too much all the time, and sorry, that's BNB. I've got it wrong there. Here's Bitcoin, but even BNB is following. You see, BNB is a mistake. I clicked on that token, as we will make them, but you could see even that was following the sort of Bitcoin chart. So we can invest in some of these lower altcoins and only watch one or two charts, the Bitcoin, Ethereum charts. This is what I do, and in my opinion only. I get probably top 5 or to top 10 tokens that I heavily invest in that sort of similarity to the Bitcoin chart that follow that. Ethereum being one of them, Velocity Token. I have got money in BNB. So then you can sort of gauge how you need to buy, just not by trying to check all your coins and manage everything, just by looking at one or two charts. If Bitcoin's doing well at the moment, now it's not guaranteed, but it is an extra indicator. So this is why the reason I'm showing this is because I still think you need to err on caution if you're buying into these altcoins, because they do follow the same sort of pattern as Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin gets rejected, we're more than likely to see these altcoins getting rejected. So that's me saying for this video. I just don't want any of us just putting more money in to try and cover or chase our losses, or to chase anything that we're underwater in. Don't panic. I still think, I don't say I know because no one knows, but I strongly think this bull run is not over yet. We've got a long way to go. I'm still predicting August, September before we start looking at our, you know, take out plan, our sort of winding up plan before we start going into the bear market. But then saying that, the way that it's getting manipulated by whales, it could be even, this bull run could be even longer than that. We could see a December bull run, but we'll err on the side of caution and say August, September. But yeah, please, everyone that watched this video, don't FOMO into anything yet. Let's keep an eye on the charts. This chart's not going to move to 58,000, I don't think, by the time I do another video. So let's just monitor it and see if these theories of mine that I'm looking into play out. And if we can get Bitcoin pushed up to break a 4-hour candle and close above 57.5, 58,000, then we can start thinking, right, let's fuel up. Let's pack our bags full of altcoins, Bitcoins, whatever it is we want to buy, or we've hodled and we're getting out of the water, and then we'll see if it shoot off. But at the moment, I still think it's a bit of a minefield. It could be the sort of like a bull trap that they want you to pump more money in and they'll dump it again and they accumulate it, because this is what they do, because they know when to buy and sell, because they know if they're manipulating it and they're dumping a lot, they know when it's going to go down. So once they sell everything at a high and it goes down, they know the market's going to drop and they buy back in at the bottom again. We don't do that because we have not got that much money in these coins or Bitcoin to make these kind of movements happen. So we have to predict that, you know, how the market's going and try and outsmart the market. So that being said, let's do a wrap up. I still think there's a lot of manipulation in Bitcoin with the whales, but I definitely don't think this bull run's over. You would have watched some other videos, because obviously there's some big YouTubers out there saying, is Bitcoin in trouble? You know, if it breaks below this, or if it starts pumping below this kind of moving average, I'm going to sell, I'm going to do this. Let's not get silly. Let's not do anything until we start looking at realistic charts of what's happening, and also playing our sort of little bit of our gut instinct on the trend. If it's still in a downtrend, we're still not stupid that we're seeing it being manipulated a little bit, because things don't really drop that much when no real news has come out, really. It's not like the world's banned Bitcoin or everything's been regulated, so 20,000 drops off the price of a coin, which is only at 60,000, so, well, 60,000, so that's 1/3. Do you know what I mean? That's crazy. It's madness without it being manipulated. So hold tight. If you're not investing in more, hodl. I wouldn't say panic at this stage. We're in the downtrend, but we'll start coming up. If you're looking to buy more, let's see if it gets a rejection at 57, 58, because it could come all the way back down to the 40s, and then that's when the real sale's on, you know, and then we can look at buying more things. But if any of you got any sort of other ideas, any other plans, for instance, you're looking at the charts yourself, you know anything, then, you know, please leave a comment below. Please just let me know your thoughts and I can comment on them. I can even do a video about them, because I look at these charts and I look at the news and I speak to a lot of people in the industry with no like BS involved. You know, I'm not here to FOMO anyone in. I'm not trying to shill any coins. I'm not trying to pump any products. I'm literally just trying to do what every average investor in crypto is trying to do, and that's just make a bit of money, to make a few more opportunities for myself without trying to rip anyone off, without trying to, like, you know, trying to make anyone into FOMO anything. So coins that I invest in go up more, or coins that I don't invest in go down more. It's just literally, I don't want my audience to get wrecked, and we definitely want the people that watch these videos, the people that come on board, I want you to have as much knowledge as I have, so you are in a better position to use it. And we want to really trade on the facts. You know, we want to invest on the facts, trade on the facts. So the facts are, Bitcoin's not out of the woods yet. The facts are, it's being manipulated. The facts are, we need to see how it sort of steadies out before we start dumping any more money into it. And there's still a lot more of this bull run to go, in my opinion. So let's see how it plays out. I will be doing what other altcoins I think are going to be pumping, because obviously a lot of them are following the Bitcoin movements. Some of them are not, but a lot of them are, and hopefully we'll make a lot more money on the back end of that. But yeah, like the video, subscribe, leave any comments that you want, because I do read them all, and I do try and reply, and will give my little feedback on. I can't do each individual cases, but my little feedback on there. And sorry, a last note: if you are underwater or you are in a bit of a negative balance, don't panic or try and sell out yet or leave yourself short. Hodl, because I still strongly believe this is going to go up. I know people are trying to be conservative and say, oh well, you know, you should have took profits on the way up when it hit a bit. How would you have known to do that? I mean, these things are flying up and down fast. If you're new to the crypto market, don't beat yourself up that you should. We all shoulda, woulda, coulda. We all should have brought Bitcoin at, like, you know what I mean, $1. We all should have brought Ethereum at $1, but we didn't. We work with what we got, and we try and be as smart as we can with what we got. So until the next video, really appreciate you watching this. Really appreciate all the comments, all the people that are subscribing to the channel. You make my job a lot easier to do this. You definitely make it a lot more enjoyable. And I'm really appreciating the great responses I'm getting. I'm getting great feedback from everyone. So I'll keep doing these videos. I'll keep giving you as much information as I can, to not FOMO, not get wrecked, and not get manipulated by these whales. And hopefully by the end of this bull run, when we come to this, you know, November time, we're selling August, September, November. If the bull run don't continue, then we can all get towards Christmas and have probably one of the best Christmases to end what's been one of the worst sort of years that we've had with all this COVID stuff, up and down years with a crypto bull run and stuff like this. And I think we'll all be deserving of a good party, or whatever it is we want to do with our gains at the end then. But until then, have a great day, trade safe, keep safe.